So Dad, I'm so excited because this weekend we're gonna have the Healing Summit, and I get to have 7 of you guys coming on to share. Um, One of the things that I love about you guys is you guys love what you do, with life, and you guys are very just like you guys keep it real when it comes to talking about like real things that we go through. What motivates you, and why is it important for you to just keep it real?
Well, like I was telling you earlier, like I cannot be fake to myself. And at the end of the day, you know the truth. Like you cannot lie to yourself. And I mean, I cannot. So if you keep it real with yourself, it makes it a lot easier to keep it real for everybody else. And then if you do fake things, or if you're lie or whatever, you got to remember that's part of the problem. Like you cannot BS somebody, because you have to remember that you did that, or you have to remember what you said. And then if it gets drawn upon again, you got to recreate what you. It's easier to be real because then it's easier to remember. It's not fabricated.
Right, like trying to backpedal.
Yeah, exactly. But I've grown up being real, because then I hold myself accountable for whatever I do, good or bad. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, I honestly just banged somebody the other day, and they were so surprised how I took responsibility and ownership for my mistake. And that's just how I am. So you just got to be real, and I feel like then people will reciprocate that back to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think when you take responsibility, it empowers people to know that, wow, like, I can do that too, instead of getting all like, oh, I never do that.
Yeah,
Attitude,
exactly.
like you did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. You did.
Yeah.
Like it's so much more. One of the things we were talking about earlier was about like it's okay to not be strong when you're by yourself, because we're gonna go through hard times. We're gonna deal with loss of loved ones and hardships, but sometimes we feel like strong is like I talked about it before, about how we fear breaking down, but I think we got to change the way we look at breaking down. Like crying is not a negative thing, getting mad is not a negative thing. It's an outlet.
Yeah.
Right.
And any emotion you have within yourself got to be released. Good, happy. Like if it's something good, you laugh, or you get excited. It got to come out, right? Same way if you're feeling down or something. There's moments where I face my own frustrations or something that bums me out, and I like to not bottle it up and make pretend it's not there, because it'll always be there. So if you face those kind of things head on and kind of address them, and say you gotta cry. How many times have I cried and it made me feel better, and then I can move forward with my day, or my emotion or whatever. It's human nature to have these emotions, and it's human nature. God gave you outlets, right? God gave you an outlet for something funny to laugh. God
Yes.
gave you an outlet for something that bums you out. You can cry, or so I guess you have to use those outlets that were given to you by God to get past things, or make things in your life better or bearable, I guess.
No, that's true. I mean, like that's funny you said that. Like when something funny, you can laugh, right? As
Yeah, yeah.
right. Sometimes we don't know how to process what we're thinking or feeling, because for some of us we just numb. We just kind of
Yeah,
like we don't like think, we don't like feel. But then what
yeah.
happens is when you kind of act like that, you cannot feel the fullest level of happiness too, though. you
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
because you're
Because
just
you
kind
numb
of,
to happiness as well as numb
yes,
is numb. You cannot just feel good and then not feel bad. You know what I mean? If you numb, you don't feel good or bad.
yeah. And then you
Yeah.
just kind of going through life, and then you try to put yourself in a relationship, no can.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then if the other person feels, you're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah,
It's a lot
exactly.
to do it, you know what I mean? And so I think that's what I was hoping that you guys can share, like on the summit, that
Yeah,
everybody
for sure.
handles life differently and there's no one way, and
Yeah.
and it's okay, you know what I mean? Just process the way that works for you.
Yeah. And a lot of guys um tend to feel like, oh, I gotta be strong and tough in front of my friends or family because I can't show weakness. For one, when you're by yourself, you don't need to be strong for yourself. Like you can be weak and let yourself feel that and then do what you gotta do to get yourself to be strong again. But for me personally, I can be weak in front of certain people that I trust with my feelings. And I'm blessed to have a few people that I can. I'm not saying everybody can do that, but it does take a while to where you're comfortable, like, oh, I can tell you how I feel and you can give me your opinions about it and I can reciprocate or absorb your opinion and try to use it to make my situation better. I guess that takes practice,
Time.
but a
Yeah.
lot of local boys is like, nah, strong, bro. I don't care. I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
triggered or whatever. But at the end of the day, like you can be in the bed by yourself and you still gotta deal with all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like doesn't go away. So you might as well face it head on and figure out how to deal with it and put it past you.
Yeah. No, and I think that's important because nobody can do that for you but you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can have help, but it's like I can get all the best
Voice.
quotes and
Yeah.
all the best lyrics from songs or all the self-help books and read them all, and your friends can tell you all the good quotes and the things that can, but none of that matters until I choose to use those things to get myself out of whatever
Get it.
situation I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like someone who's addicted to drugs. Like I had friends that are addicted to drugs, and I'll spend hours with them telling every single reason why it's not good, and they'll agree with me the whole time. But until they choose not to do it for themselves, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what anybody
Mhm.
says. They once they choose it, then they can use what I say to help keep them in that direction. But it's ultimately your choice for yourself.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it's a lot of it is being aware, you know,
Yeah.
like what is this and whatnot. And I think hopefully I would think as we get older, we can do that for ourselves because like when you're young, you like people be proud of you and give you approval. But the main thing is being proud of yourself. Live the life that you be proud of instead of wanting to be someone else. Why don't you just be proud and live the life you want to live instead of trying to compare yourself to other other people that you think they're happy, they look happy on social media or whatever, or in real life.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't talk about the stuff that really goes on at the home, in their home, you know. And
Yeah.
so I don't know, I think it's a skill.
Yeah. And you do have to be selective with who you share your feelings and thoughts about. Like you kind just go up to some random and just be, or somebody that's not deserving of knowing that part of you. You know what I mean? You have to be selective.
Yeah, and you got to make
But
sure.
it's okay to cry when you by yourself. If you bummed out, it's okay to scream in the pillow or punch bag or let out your emotions, in a healthy way to where, okay, like honestly, like you're all mad and you punch bag for like 10 minutes and you've got out that aggression or you work out and you feel good. The madness or the anger that you felt kind of
The
at least
energy.
lessens a little bit. Yeah. And also praying. Like you can pray about a lot of things and God will give you tools or signs or direction to help you with any of your situations. And um I've learned this past year through a friend that if you're grateful for what you have and you think about things that you're grateful for, it's hard to feel negative about other things. So every time when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, yup, thank you for letting me wake up today. Thank you for my daughter. I get to take her to school, and and it's like a different mindset. Like
Yeah.
if you think you have to do something or you get to do something, it's this, you're doing the same thing, but it's your mindset on how you approach it. It's like, oh, I gotta go work and oh, I'm gonna be there. But it's like, oh, I get to go work and make money for my family and help people or do whatever. You know what I mean? It's a privilege. Like a lot of people cannot go work or they're jobless or looking for work. I get to go to work. I wake up in the morning, I get somewhere to go that I can work and provide for my family. So it's just a matter of mindset. So
Mentality, yeah, mindset.
if you start with a positive mindset, it kind of bleeds into the rest of your life or whatever.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
no, I think it's a domino effect. And then the thing too is, so after a while, like if you start trying to be positive and no can, then maybe you gotta consider, okay, what is it that you need to find a solution to fix? Like if you trying to stay positive with your job, but it's just a toxic
Yeah.
situation, then maybe it's time for you to start job searching. You know, keep your
Yeah.
job and then start job searching too. Because as much as like people try to stay positive, like it's okay, you can change your situation, but ultimately it's you. Nobody can do that for you. But if you can only complain and grumble, it's not gonna like magically change because
For
it's you.
sure.
You
Yep.
know, so
You control your own destiny.
yes, I agree. Well, I look forward to having you this Saturday with our 6 other speakers. And I'm so thankful just for the time that you're gonna share from your heart. And yeah, anything you want to
Yeah. No, I'm honored that you'd even think of me to come on your summit, and I'm down to give whatever knowledge that I can share for sure. Yeah, it's definitely an honor.
Thanks. Okay, hold on.